There's a kind of secret code that dictates what we want, what we share, and what we just can't seem to resist. And once I show it to you, you're going to start seeing it absolutely everywhere.
It all starts with this one simple question. How do you take something that's hidden and make it completely unforgettable? Well, the answer isn't what you'd think. The best way is to try and bury it.
All right, let's look at a number, 6. That's it. That's how many times a certain photo was viewed online. Just 6 times. I mean, it was practically invisible.
And now, look at this number, over 420,000 for the exact same photo, all because someone tried to have it taken down. So what on earth happened between 6 and 420,000?
What you just saw is a perfect textbook example of the Streisand Effect. It's this strange paradox where the very act of trying to hide something becomes its most powerful advertisement. And by the end of our time together, you'll understand exactly why our brains are wired to fall for this trap every single time. So where did the name come from? Well, back in 2003, the singer Barbra Streisand sued to get an aerial photo of her home in Malibu removed from a public database. Now, this database was just documenting coastal erosion, but her lawsuit, well, it turned a photo that literally almost no one had seen into a massive international news story. And just like that, she accidentally gave a name to one of our deepest human instincts.
But why does this work so well? I mean, this isn't really about celebrities, is it? No, it's about the wiring inside your brain. There are 3 powerful psychological drivers at play here, 3 secrets behind this little rebellion.
And the first secret is something psychologists call reactance theory.
This theory gets at a really fundamental part of our nature. We are hardwired to resist being controlled. The moment someone tells you, you can't see this, or you're not allowed to know that, a little switch just flips in your brain. Your sense of freedom feels threatened. And the most primal way to get that feeling of control back is to do the exact thing you were told not to do.
Just think about it for a second. That little pull you feel, that instant urge to peek behind the curtain, that's reactance. That's your mind fighting to reclaim its own sense of freedom.
Now let's move on to the second secret because it builds right on top of the first one. It's not just about rebellion, it's about the irresistible pull of a good mystery. You see, the simple act of hiding something gives it a value it never had before. Our minds are just built to fill in the blanks. We immediately start wondering, well, why is this being hidden? What's so important about this that someone would go to all this trouble to keep it from me? The suppression itself becomes a giant flashing sign for our curiosity. And this really gets to the heart of it. A lot of the time, the information being hidden isn't even that interesting. The real mystery, the thing that hooks us, is created by the simple attempt to conceal it. And the final secret. This is what completes the trifecta. Once our inner rebel is triggered and our curiosity is going wild, we start looking around for validation from other people. When an attempt to censor something goes public, it sends out a massive social signal. All the news articles, the posts on social media, they're all screaming, hey, this is important. The more we see other people looking for it, the more our own brain confirms that it must be valuable. It creates this feedback loop where attention just generates more and more attention. You know this feeling so well. You see something trending online and you feel this almost primal need to know why. A big public attempt at censorship is like throwing gasoline on that fire. It's the ultimate trendsetter. So here's the thing. This isn't just some old story from 2003. This psychological pattern plays out over and over and over again, usually with pretty disastrous results for whoever tries to fight it. Let's just run through the pattern. In 2008, the Church of Scientology tried to scrub an internal Tom Cruise interview from the internet. It ended up becoming one of the most watched viral videos of that year. In 2015, Fyre Festival started deleting negative comments, which only fanned the flames of the public firestorm that completely destroyed his reputation. And then in 2022, a lawsuit filed by police against the rapper Aferman over a music video made its popularity spike by an incredible 900%. The pattern is just undeniable. In fact, researchers have actually identified the exact tactics that are guaranteed to fail and just make this whole thing worse. Trying to hide what you're doing, insulting the content, lying about it, using lawyers, or making threats. They all just act as more fuel for the fire. So after all of this, what's the one unbreakable rule we can walk away with? What's the core lesson here about information and about us? Okay, let's bring it all home. First, your brain is just wired to rebel against control. Second, human curiosity is way more powerful than censorship will ever be. And finally, trying to suppress information is often the very thing that makes it immortal. It's all captured so perfectly in that old proverb, wishing to cover only makes it more conspicuous.
We've all heard that saying, information wants to be free. But really, it's not the information itself. It's us. It's that little rebel that's hardwired into our minds. And now you don't just know what happens, you understand why.
To those still listening, I'll see you at the top.